What's up, everybody? So today we're actually going to take a look at some of the things that I bought in Japan. So this is my Japanese haul video, so let's not waste any time. So first up, I went to that Gundam store that was over by Radio Kaikan, and they had a lot of metal builds there. And so the first metal build I have is a long ring launcher. This was actually one of the ones that I was missing for my blue frame. I actually don't have the blue frame second L. I only have the original blue frame, but that is about to be rectified relatively shortly. So as you can see, it was actually only 60,000 yen. Right now, at least when I left a couple of days ago, the exchange rate was, for every dollar, it was 152 yen. So actually the pricing for me was actually really, really good. So that's what we have for number one. Number two that I got at that same store was the Metal Build Strike Freedom Wings of Light version. What I actually had, as you can see, this was actually $100 roughly. Actually, it was a lot cheaper than that. I think I got it for like 90 or like 85 or something like that. And it was interesting because I actually have the Dragon Momoko Master Grade of the Metal Build Strike Freedom. And what I found out about a lot of those Master Grade, those effects, those beam effects do work with the metal builds because those models were based off of the original metal builds. So, but I actually wanted to get the official one, so I did. So that's what I've got for metal build. Number three, what I got was the Wings of Light, or the Wings of Light, the Transform into Light from Pose Plus for my Gao Gai Gar. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, but didn't you say that you don't really like lighting effects and stuff? Yes, I did. I did say that. But also what I said in that review was that if you're going to buy the other set, you might as well have just gotten both of them, because this has some stuff that'll actually keep the Gonian hammer stable. And that was the main reason I got this. Now, I actually found this at, let me put that down here, and actually we can push this stuff back there. I actually got it at Ami Ami over at Radio Kaikan in Akihabara. And believe it or not, they actually had this and they had the other set, but I didn't actually need, both sets because I would have an extra one for Goldie Marsh, and I didn't really need it. So I actually found this for like, I want to say like with the exchange rate, it was like between 60 and 80 bucks. So to me, that was a great price. Now the problem with this was that because it's so long, I actually had a problem having this shipped. So we have that there. Now, next, and actually I'm gonna start taking some of this stuff away because some of this is gonna start getting kind of, I don't have a ton of space in order to show all this stuff off at once. So you can push this back here. And so next, what did I get? I got the Master Grade Crossbone Gundam X2. Now, it's interesting because it's like, whoa, I thought you don't build model kits anymore. Well, that's technically not true. I've just slowed down a lot. And most of the time I only build high grades if I do, just because they don't take nearly as much time as master grades do. But I wanted the X2. Now, they actually had the metal build of the X2 and it was 300, but unfortunately, I don't like the X2 all that much that I would want to actually spend. It was like 200. It was really like it was like between 180 and 200 at that one metal build store. And I was just like, well, I don't really like it all that much. That's the reason why I never bought this one, because it's not my favorite, but for completionist's sake, I wanted it. So that's what we got there. So the Verka Crossbone Gundam X2. So we got that there. Now, some other things that I found was the Masterpiece train bots. Now, I think that there's still one of the 5 that needs to come out. I don't think all of them have been released. I think there's been 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And I was able to find 3. And so I did find these. These actually will transform into Raiden. He is from Transformers Headmasters. And so, yeah, because that's all 5 of them. Yeah, because there's technically 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think there's 5, because this will show you which one it is. So, yeah, there's 5 of them. And I guess 4 of them have been released. And then the last one, from what I remember, is the one that comes with the actual big box where you can have it kind of like in the old set like they had with the original. So, yeah, so that's the first one. I kind of had to look for these, and believe it or not, Transformers actually had its own section over in Yodobashi Camera. And I was actually quite surprised, but they had this one there. So you have that one there. Next, we have the other one. So we have that. Now it says right here 370. That's roughly about $190. I did not pay nearly that much for these. I think all of these were on sale, and so that's actually the reason why I got them. So this one, I think I want to say I paid maybe like $130. And so this is the other arm. So you have the 2 arms there. So that's actually looking really good. So we got that one. And we have this one. And so this one I got this one at Mount Roque. And so, like I said, I was able to find 3 of the 4. The other one, I don't think will be hard to find. I could probably get it on eBay or whatever. But yeah, so this one was like 1,400 yen. And like I said, this one, I think all of these were actually on sale. So, but I was lucky enough to find them. So, and then this one I think is the main body. Yep, he's the main body. So really, I'm just missing the 2 leg ones. And we'll have that one there. So you've got that there. For some of my other stuff, what I got is I got this like little carrying case. And this one was actually at the Yokohama Gundam factory. And with this one, like I said, I didn't really have any of the models that I really liked there. So I just wanted to buy this. This is actually a popcorn holder. But I actually have like the little juice things, or the drinks that they have in those. So this one's from the Gundam factory in Yokohama as well. And the funny story about this is when I actually went to Japan in 2018, I had a Gundam Unicorn one that was like this, and I brought it back to the US, but I didn't know that you couldn't put these in the dishwasher. And so when I put this in the dishwasher, it literally melted. I was so distraught because I could not get another one because, of course, it was all the way in Japan. I tried to order one on Amazon, but they wanted because these things are really only like $5 there. But, since we can't get them in the States, usually like on Amazon or eBay, they're charging like $30 for these. And it's insane. But so I always said, like, when I go back, I'm going to make sure I get one of these. So I got that. So this is what I got from Gundam Factory Yokohama. So I got those. So next, I found this at Sunshine City. And as I said in the traveling to Japan video, that they didn't have a lot of stuff for sale at that place. But with this one, they actually had these kind of stands here. So you got a stand here. It looks like that you can put this on. And unfortunately, what I really wanted is I kind of wanted that I always talk about the Kotobukiya box art. If they had those box arts in these, I would have scooped up all of them. So I got this one for Dagawan because, of course, you know that I love Dagawan. Okay. And then I also got one for Firebird. Now, believe it or not, these were actually pretty pricey. I would say that these were probably, I want to say like $30 a piece. And considering that this is just kind of like, I don't want to say like a sell. I guess it kind of is, but not really, right? I liked these a lot. They actually had this one. They had the Dagawan one. I want to say they had like a Mike Gine one, but that's not really my favorite or anything. So, but I definitely got those too. So I got those. And then when I bought those, they actually gave me this. So I actually could choose the difference between, and this is just kind of like a picture one. Actually, if you've seen some of the pictures from that exhibition, that you see this picture a lot. It's this one in Gal Gaigar. And I got the King X Kaiser one more than the Firebird, just because because Gal Gaigar is probably the most popular of the Brave, it seems like, anywhere. Based on everything that I saw in Japan, that seems to be what is actually the truth, is that Gal Gaigar is the most popular, because I saw a ton of Gal Gaigars in there. I didn't say that in the original video that I had, but literally it was almost at every store. So I just thought that the King X Kaiser one would be more a little bit more rare, and I kind of like it a little bit better than the Gal Gaigar one. So they gave me that, and put that up here. And they gave me this here. And this is, of course, Might Gain. So this one, I guess, is just kind of like a postcard. So they gave me that stuff. And I guess, because I spent quite a bit on those things. And, because this is about $60 just for those two right there. And I would have bought a lot more, but they really didn't have much. I was looking for the acrylic stands for those, because I really wanted one since the Sentinel Fire Dagwan is coming out. I really wanted an acrylic stand for that, because I will have that as a total display piece. But unfortunately, I couldn't. They didn't have any. They had like the little like pin things, like they had like a pin that you could like put on your clothes and stuff. But I didn't want that. I wanted the actual stand. So, but yeah, so I got that at Sunshine City, right? And let's talk about also acrylic stands. Now, I've actually had this for quite some time. I actually ordered this when they first came out, probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So actually this has been sitting in my drawer, but I'm just using this as an example. In Japan, acrylic stands are everywhere. They are everywhere. Every anime store that we went to, they had these. And unfortunately, I guess like maybe they're just not very expensive to produce. And so they had them for pretty much every show. And actually, like, we went to Animate in Shibuya, and over there they didn't have, all they had was stands. But of course, they didn't have any of the stands for Gundam. They didn't have any of the stands for Brave. They didn't have any of them, because I would have bought most of them that I found. Now, the thing about it is, over there, these are cheap. These are like $250, $350 a piece, to where I've noticed in the United States, these run for anywhere. I've seen them as low as maybe like $10 to $15 and as high as $45. So I don't know what's going on with these things. I think they're just super cheap to produce. So they produced them for almost every new anime show that's come out. But I think that there's no way that these things should be $30. And I wish that they would actually make more of them for the shows that I actually wanted them for. So I just thought I'd throw that little tidbit in there. So, so we got that. Now, also, I went to the Kotobukiya store by Akiba Zone, and I happened to just be walking past it. I didn't even realize it at first, but then I just turned and it was like down some alley down that way. But so I got this simple stand here. And of course, like this says it was 1,500 yen, which is roughly about $15. I don't think I paid that. I think I paid maybe like $8. And so you got the three stands here. Now, also, like, as far as they had this Gundam store where you saw those display cases in that video, like they had those kind of display cases, and they really weren't that expensive. They were like $200. And, you know, these DTOFs here that we pay for, those things are like, they used to be only like 80, but now they're like 100, 120. And I heard they're actually going away. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, so I got these at the Kotobukiya store. So I need some more stands for that. So we got those there. Now, I also got some more stands, right? So this one was what? It says what, 1540? I'm reading it upside down. But yeah, so they had some of these, and they had these of every shape and size. I tried to grab as many of these that I could, but I knew because I was going to have to ship these, I didn't want these parts to break here. So I only got two. So I got the one, I guess this is like the tall one, and then I got another one that is not as tall here, and this was a little bit cheaper. It was about 13, but like I said, the exchange rate was so good on these that, you know, I don't think I paid more than $10 for either one of them. So you got those there. And then I also got some gashapon, because actually as gashapon, there's plenty of gashapon places. There's actually stores where there's nothing but gashapon in here. And so on these, now, as you can tell, I went to the acrylic stand ones because I was looking for these, and they were between like $1 and $5. Some of them went as high as I think like $10. But yeah, so this one is for Gundam Thunderbolt. Even though I don't have any of the Gundam Thunderbolts, I will be keeping this acrylic stand just in case. The one that I was actually looking for in these machines was they had a Gundam Seed Destiny one that I really wanted, and so, you know, I have that one. And then I also got another one, and what did I have in this one? So let's take a look. This one, I think this one was it was Victory Gundam. So that's what I had for that. So this is pretty much my Japanese haul as far as everything that I bought when I was there. Now, some of this I actually had to ship back had to come back with me in my suitcase, and other ones I actually shipped in a box. Now, the thing about it was I actually would have preferred to ship all of it, but what happened was that with the JP Post, they had specific size boxes, and even though those boxes were decent, I couldn't put everything in them. And so that's why the Turn Into Light set, I couldn't send that. I had to put that in my luggage because they just didn't have the room. Like I couldn't put it in any of the sample boxes that they had. So, and I didn't want to just send it like that bare bones. So I guess what I would probably recommend, and probably what I'll probably try to do next time, is if you are going to Japan, you plan on buying a ton of stuff and say it's going to be really big. That's also the reason why I didn't buy the Might Gain, because the Good Spell Might Gain, that box is a pretty decent size, and it wouldn't have fit in any of their boxes. And so even though I found it, because I think I found it, even though they were sold out at Yodobashi Camera, they were... they had them at, was it Big Camera or Bic Camera? They had them there. So, you know, I was tempted to get it because really, like, with no tax, I think it was like $170. It was like $170. It was pretty cheap compared to, like, if I have to buy it from Hobby Link Japan or something like that, I'm paying, and, you know, especially with shipping and everything else, I'm going to be paying about $250 for it, unfortunately. So I was really contemplating getting it, but I knew that I couldn't pack it. And so I guess what I'm going to try to do if I do go back to Japan again is that I'm going to have to find a place that actually sells big boxes and then just take them to the JP Post and have them shipped that way. Because, yeah, when these boxes get really big and stuff, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take it, or you're going to have to. I actually had to buy more. I had to buy more luggage when I was there because I had so much stuff that I had to send. And I think I sent most of this stuff here, but like the metal build stuff, and I was actually going to buy a couple more metal builds, but I ended up running out of space. So I was just like, So sometimes it is kind of a hassle to try to get that stuff back, even though the price wasn't that bad, because they had a pretty decent sized box and they only charged me $3. I didn't even have to pay for tape there. They supplied the tape at the JP Post. So that was really cool. It wasn't that big of a hassle. Of course, like nobody spoke English or anything. And, but they had like their little like, verbal translators and stuff that they were speaking into, so I could understand what the teller was trying to tell me. That's what I would probably recommend if you do plan on going over there and you say like, I'm going to be buying a ton of stuff. You need to find some boxes first, or just buy more luggage. So I bought some luggage so I could put my metal build stuff in, and then I ended up not buying the metal builds. But that's also another reason why I didn't get that metal structure new, because I knew it was going to be a handful trying to get it home. So, but anyway, so yeah, so that's what I got for my Japanese haul. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.